We have Tapu Fini coming to Pokemon Go, and it's gonna have a shiny form for the first time ever, so we're gonna give you the top counters to help you guys max out on everything in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go! Tapu Fini is going to be with us from May 9th at 10 a.m., which is going to be Tuesday, for 2 total weeks. Yes, a little bit longer actually, all the way until May 24th at 10 a.m. local time. Oh my goodness, this is a lot of time, and this Pokemon is going to debut with the shiny form for the first time ever, which goes from the purple and blue to the black on the outside, which looks fantastic. Let me know which one of the Tapus you find to be the most attractive shiny in Pokemon Go in the comments below. Tapu Fini is going to be a water and a fairy type Pokemon, and it's going to max out at 3,230. So this Pokemon is not extremely high as far as the max out list, but it does have a good shiny. And then as far as its weakness go, being water and electric, it will have 3, which is going to be grass, poison, and electric. And it does have a good myriad of different resistances as well if you want to check them out over here. This Pokemon will have a level 20 100% IV at 1632, and then at level 25 it will be boosted in 2 conditions, which is going to be cloudy and rainy weather, which will be maxed out at 2041 at that level 25 100% IV, which is then going to lead us into the moveset that this Pokemon can have. As far as the fast moves, it can get Hidden Power as well as Water Gun. Hidden Power obviously can be multiple different moves, and once you do get Hidden Power on this Pokemon, when you catch it, it will have that Hidden Power. So if it does have Water Gun, you want to TM it to see which Hidden Power it will have, and let's say that it comes up with the Water Hidden Power. You go back to TM Water Gun. If you TM it back to Hidden Power, it will come back to Water Gun. So once that Pokemon does get a specific hidden power, it will stay at that hidden power for that Pokemon. And then it will get a grand total of 4 different charge moves, which will be Hydro Pump, Surf, Ice Beam, as well as Moon Blast, for a grand total of 4. And as far as our weaknesses here, we have one thing that's going to be problematic from this moveset, and that's going to be Ice Beam. Ice Beam will be strong against grass Pokemon. So anytime we have Ice Beam going up against a grass Pokemon, that's going to be problematic for that grass typing, which then will lead us into how many trainers is needed to take down the Tapu Fini. And at level 40 counters, that will be 2.53 trainers. So maybe under the right circumstances, with the right counters, under the right weather conditions, with best friends, you could duo it. It will be extremely challenging, and I'm not 100% sure that's going to be possible because a lot of things are going to have to go right for that to happen. But if you do duo it, report back to me on social medias or in the pinned comments of this video and let me know if you made it happen. And since Tapu Fini is going to be a water and a fairy type Pokemon, let's now talk about which Pokemon we might use as a Mega Level 3 to optimize the XL Candy, because just remember, if you do in-person raiding, you are going to get a guaranteed 3 XL Candy from defeating this Pokemon, and then you will also get, if you catch it, at a minimum 3 XL Candy. If you do want to see the video where I analyze what the average XL Candy you do get from in-person raids, check that video out up here. So let's think about this Pokemon. It's going to be water. So the Pokemon that we can use here are going to be Kyogre in the primal form, but the key point is to make sure you have it as a Mega Level 3 or Primal Level 3 to optimize the XL Candy you're going to catch in, because it will increase to the highest potential. Not only that, you can use Swampert, you can use Blastoise, you can also use Gyarados, and you can also use Slowbro. Or if we are going to go into the fairy typing, you use 2 types of Pokemon. That is going to be Mega Gardevoir, or you can also use Mega Altaria for the fairy typing. So whichever one of those you do have as Mega Level 3, make sure to use that, especially when you're doing raid hour, to optimize the XL Candy, which is now going to transfer us into the top counters for these Pokemon. Starting off with the counters, including the Shadow Pokemon, counter number 1, Shadow and non-Shadow, will be Mega Sceptile, with the moveset of Bullet Seed and Frenzy Plant. Frenzy Plant is going to be the Calm Day move. But now let's include the Shadow Pokemon and check them out before we move to the non-Shadow. So in spot number 6, we're going to use Thunder Shock and Wild Charge on Shadow Raikou. In spot number 7, we're going to use Shadow Electivire with Thunder Shock and Wild Charge. In spot number 9, we're going to use Shadow Magnezone with Spark and Wild Charge. And then in spot number 11, we're going to use Spark and Wild Charge on the Luxray, which is then going to take us out of the shadows, because just remember, if we do have a Shadow Legendary Pokemon, not only will the Stardust be premium, but also the XL Candy will be premium, and we're going to need 360 XL Candy to max out that Pokemon, which is crazy. Now let's move into the non-Shadows, and we'll include Megas as well as other Pokemon, so we can check out the budget counters and so forth. Okay, spot number 1, Sceptile Mega. Remember, like I talked about, in spot spot number 2, we are going to see Kartana with Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade. This Pokemon is an absolute monster of a Pokemon, and it is going to be a grass and a steel typing, which is going to serve it very nicely. With it being steel typing, and steel is going to resist ice and grass is going to be weak to ice, this will be the only grass Pokemon in here that will be neutral to ice. Also, I did want to cover that the Mega Sceptile is actually going to be double weak to ice because it turns into a dragon and a grass type Pokemon, and both typings are going to be weak to ice, so with Ice Beam, that's going to be problematic for this Pokemon. In spot number 3, we're going to have actually Mega Gengar with Lick and Sludge Bomb if you're trying to go into a different direction here. I would probably suggesting with the Sceptile, but whatever you do, if you are looking at going after the highest producing damaged Pokemon here, that's going to be it. But for me, my Mega function is always going to be optimizing XL Candy to save me money and to be able to make me get these Pokemon and be able to max them out easier if I do choose to do so at some point or another. But Tapu Fini, probably not going to be one of those. In spot number 4, we have Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb on Mega Beedrill. So in spot number 5, we are actually going to get Xurkitree with Thunder Shock and Discharge on this Pokemon. Another Pokemon that will take premium XL Candy. Obviously, we do have a Mega up there that is going to be more budget, a couple of them, but none that are not Mega and ready yet. Then we have the Mega Manectric yet, which I'm going to say stay away from. But now let's move on to some other Pokemon. We do have the Zekrom coming up next with Charge Beam and Fusion Bolt, and then we are going to have the Mega Venusaur coming in next with the Vine Whip and the Frenzy Plant, followed by Zarude with Vine Whip and Power Whip, which is another premium XL Candy Pokemon. And then we're going to have Nihilego, once again, another premium XL Pokemon with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb, followed by the Therian form of the Thundurus with Volt Switch and Thunderbolt, and then Mudshot and Solar Beam on Primal Groudon. Okay, so now that we have a lot of premier XL Candy Pokemon, meaning you're going to have to raid to get that XL Candy Pokemon or really grind it out for Zarude because you can't raid for that Pokemon. Now let's get you guys some budget counters. In spot number 16, we have Poison Jab and Grass Knot on the Roserade. And then in 17, we are going to have the Mega Ampharos, which I would skip over because there's obviously more powerful Pokemon. But in spot number 18, we were going to get Thunder Shock and Wild Charge on the regular Electivire. But just think about how far down on the list these Pokemon are and how much more powerful some of the other Pokemon are, in specific that Kartana. I can't wait to raid Kartana more when that shiny does come out because I really value that Pokemon. If you ever battled a Rocket Leader with that Pokemon, you know how powerful that Razor Leaf is when using it against those type of Pokemon. In spot number 19, we have Magnezone with Spark and Wild Charge, and Magnezone is another Pokemon that's a steel type that's going to make it resistant to that Ice Beam. Tapu Bulu in spot number 20 with Bullet Seed and Grass Knot. In spot number 21, we actually have Mega Latios with the Zen Headbutt as well as Solar Beam. And then in spot number 22, we are going to get Spark and Wild Charge on the Luxray. But now we're at 906 seconds to take it down in comparison to the Mega Sceptile with 677 seconds to take it down, so we're obviously getting into a slower scenario. Okay, so now let's move into the weather conditions to see how it does affect this Pokemon. So as far as the sunny weather, we do have a benefit here because sunny weather will boost all of our grass type counters and make it the most effective here. As far as the cloudy weather will boost the Tapu Fini all the way to level 25, and it will also boost its fairy moves, which fairy moves are also going to be problematic for Sceptile, but beyond that, it's not too big of a deal. And then also in the cloudy weather, we're going to get a boost to our poison type Pokemon, which will help this Pokemon out to beat it if we are using poison type Pokemon. Alright, so now into the rainy weather. Rainy weather will boost Tapu Fini. It's going to boost all of the water moves, but it's also going to boost all of our electric Pokemon to go after this Pokemon as well. So that's going to do everything for the Tapu Fini counter guide in Pokemon Go. Hope you guys now understand all and everything you have to know about this Pokemon to be able to optimize it, help you guys max out on this Pokemon, and do the best things you can in Pokemon Go, including get the most XL Candy and get you guys a shiny as well. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and information to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.